All right, here we are. I got this front tire here. We're getting ready to put it on. We're going to use just 2 spoons, okay? 11-inch Motion Pro. We're going to go ahead and put the nut on the tire stand. If you don't have this style tire stand, not a big deal. There's a lot of other things you can use. Matter of fact, let's take a look right fast at what all you could use. 5-gallon buckets actually work really well. You can take a 5-gallon bucket, put some weight in it, right? Like maybe you got some weights in your house, you know, and you put a little bit of weight in it. And then your wheel, okay. Now that weight might be a little tall. No, actually it's okay, right? And that stabilizes that bucket. Yeah, that actually worked just fine with that 30-pounder in there. But anyway, that keeps your rim up off the ground. Quick tip right there, but we'll get back to the tire now. Okay, so this is what I want to call the top-down method, meaning that we're not going to flop the wheel back and forth. We're going to leave it on there and put it all on from the top down. And I kind of like this method because what it does is, here's my tire paste, right? Get it in there, get you about a marble out. That worked out really good. And then spread that marble around, right? Paint it on. Paint that marble around there. Fronts are easy. They're not hard at all. They're the best one to learn with. If you haven't done too many tires, or maybe you haven't done any at all, a 21-inch front is a nice big rim size, bigger circle, and has a lot of grace, a lot of leeway, a lot of grace. Some of the smaller ones, that as you get smaller, will get more difficult, just because you're putting 2 small circles together, so it's a little more technical, you know? So we just paint that around there, like I say, about a marble size, put that down. When you get it here, there's nothing inside there. I didn't put the tube in there. Here's the bead lock right here, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push that out, and I'm gonna tuck the bottom bead up in there, okay? And then it's gonna hold it for me, okay? So I just tucked it up in there and put the top bead on top. Don't let it go in there too just yet. Okay, so then we do this right here. Give it a couple little pushes around till it gets tough. You know, summertime, the tires are hotter and it's pretty easy. You can push it almost all the way on most of the time. So now with the spoon, we're just gonna take the tip right here, Motion Pro again. They have a good fit right there. I really like those. This actually has a part number right on it, 08-0005. I think that's about 11 inches. I think they're like 10 bucks, 12 bucks a pair. They work really good. So what we want to do is, we want to come in there like this, and you'll feel it hook the rim. And as soon as it hooks the rim, don't push in anymore. We don't need any more. Okay? I took a little too big of a bite. There. Okay? Now there's no tube in here. This is kind of why I like this. This is one of the safest methods, because you can't pinch the tube if it's not in there. So go over a couple more spokes, right? Take another bite. There, this will probably be the last bite. There it goes, it's there. So this top-down method, what it has going for it that I really like is we just kind of pre-lube the rim too, tire and the rim on this side. So when we put this bead down on there, it's gonna slip on just as easy, if not easier. Okay, so now we got our tube. And we want to stuff it in there, right? So what you do when you stuff that tube in is, get your valve core remover. Take your core out, and I'll show you. Okay, we'll mock this up right fast. I'm going to try to hurry and keep my videos pretty short, you know, 10 minutes or less, where I can help you change a tire, and it doesn't take you very long. Here's a cool tool right here, Ryobi, Home Depot, 40 bucks. I really like them. Charge up your batteries before you go ride, and just throw it in your moto van or truck or whatever you got there. Use them. Okay, now I just put a tiny little bit of air in there for the demonstration of what I want you to do. Okay, see how it's kind of flabby and kind of bigger, right? Well, what we want to do is flatten that out so that we can put it in there as easy as possible. So the core is out of it. I removed the core. And what we're going to do is right here at the stem, we're going to fold it over like a taco, right? Okay? And then go all the way across from it over to here, push down on it, force the air out of it, fold it over. Fold it over. You hear that? getting rid of all the air that's in it, every ounce of air that we can get out of it. You don't have to go crazy about it, but get as much air out of it as you can, okay? And roll it up, just like a cinnamon roll or something. Apparently I'm hungry. I just got off the row machine, did 60 minutes, so I'm a little sweaty, and I'm a lot hungry. So now we get our valve stem. I always blow in there, blow on that, make sure we don't have any dirt, chunk of sand, or any silliness there, okay? Oh, valve core remover, O'Reilly's, $4, I think, all right? No big deal. So we're gonna put this back in and lightly seat it. Make sure that that core looks good before you put it in there, right? It should, the little seal on it should be in good shape. There's usually black or red little lip seal there, that's what seals the air. Give it a good look every time. That one looked good. Okay, so now, boom, there. Flat as a pancake, which is what you want. Okay, now lay that out. Lay that out with the stem matching the hole for it, okay? And let's put that in first. We're gonna pick the tire up, peel it back a little bit, and we're gonna stuff that pancake in there flat. Okay? And don't worry about getting it too exact, because you're gonna have to milk it all the way around. You're gonna have to work back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But with it being flat like a pancake like that, it goes right in. Just easy as can be. Okay? So we're just gonna work on it, stuff it on in there. A little bit at a time, hurry up, make the video as quick as possible, and get all the points across. Okay, now, after it's in there, we wanna real carefully work back around and put that thing down below the rim, okay? Down below the rim, down below the rim, all the way around. Down below the rim, so we don't bite it with our tire iron, okay? Now, it popped back up on me. I gotta do that one more time real fast. It happens. Not a big deal. Okay. There we go. That's pretty good right there. Sometimes it takes 2 or 3 circles around it to get the tube to go down beneath the rim like you like. Okay, pro tip, cool time right here. Bead Buddy, right? I'm your riding buddy, this is your Bead Buddy. So we're gonna use the Bead Buddy in an unstereotypical fashion. Really neat little trick. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the Bead Buddy, we're gonna slip it upside down to the way you normally use it, and put it on the tire right there. I hope that's a good angle to see that. Let's zoom in on that just a little bit, okay? And then what we're gonna do, we're gonna peel it up. That's gonna give us that nice big window to put our stem in. So here, I'm gonna put that back down. I hope that's a good angle for that. Okay. And then see, that gave me that window where I wasn't beating up my fingers. And I wasn't fighting that to get that in there. Okay, so back down. Bead Buddy. Now we're gonna use it again, but first we're gonna re-lube up. We're gonna use that paste. It's a good blend to cut that friction, okay, and have a great shelf life. That's the thing. You know, not everybody changes 100 tires a year. Most people only change maybe a half a dozen and fix flat tires. So I've blended this to be the right thickness, I guess you could call it, or the right liquidness, yeah, something like that. Okay, so that it never dries out. You should be able to own this 7 years, and 7 years from now, you should be able to pull it out and it still have a usable consistency inside there. Okay, so we got that marble's worth, maybe just a little more. You know, if it's hot outside, it's gonna dry faster if it's hot outside, or if it's windy or whatnot, the moisture is gonna dry. But we're just gonna paint that on. Okay, there you go, paint that on, quick little, yep, there it is. Okay, so here, we're back with our Bead Buddy. We're back with our 11-incher. All right, the bead lock's right here, the stem's right here. So the way I like to work it, and it's just me, you can do it a bunch of different ways, but the way I like to do it is I like to save that headache for last. Because that way I have the whole drop center available to me as I'm working the most of the tire around, okay? So what we're gonna do is start right next to it, okay? Get my second one. And if you do them at the same time, they go in there a little better. And then you just set that down in there. hook it on a spoke. Now we're just down to one. Okay. Now I like to work across from me and lean over and put my gut on the tire. Kind of use that gut to my advantage. Just sneak that in there nice and easy. It really is a practice thing. It's a feel. You want to hook that thing. As soon as you feel it hook, you can kind of pull back and forth and see that it's locked in there. And I suggest just 2 spokes at a time if it's your first time. And then as you get accustomed to the feel, you can spread on out and go 3 or 4 spokes or 5 or however you get comfortable with. But to start out, just do 2 spokes. Nice, easy, small bites. That gives you more practice with feeling that, okay? And less chance to hit that tube. Okay? You don't want to hit that tube. You don't want to bend this all the way down 180 degrees because that's a surefire way to reach in there and get a bite of that tube. Just go 90 degrees and then give the tire a little push down. Okay? 90 degrees and it goes. Now here's the stem right here, right? We want to be extra careful with the stem. Okay? We're going to go up. I always kind of like to do that before I let it go. Even with the next bite, I might do that. Okay? We're at the last bite where we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 spokes worth sitting out and the bead lock. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that, get a little pressure off of this, shake it, withdraw the tool. We're done with that for right now. Sorry about that. Now, this last one, in order to make sure you've got it, I kind of like to put 2 in there at the last time. If I was the first time doing this, I'd put 2 for that last bite, and they're about 3 spokes or 2 spokes apart. And then that one goes, and this one's already in place. You're not going to scratch the rim like that. So you can take that back, push up the bead lock, and that opens it up and lets the tire fold down in it. Okay, boom, just like that. See that little tiny little bit right there? We've already got the paste on the rim on the tire because we did it top down. Right there. Okay. Now that's a front. They're pretty easy. We're going to make some more videos. We're going to put air in it first, put the nut on it, and then tighten the bead lock, right? Order of operations. Put air in it, get it all to expand, make sure it's uniform all the way around. Now this is $40. I really like it. I really think it's handy. But at the same time, okay, thrift store, $8. Bicycle pump. Somebody didn't want their bicycle pump anymore. Took it to the thrift store, so I picked it up for $8. And it's a Blackburn. That's a legit bicycle company, Blackburn. So that'll probably never wear out. That's a little more manual labor though. It's kind of why I like the Ryobi. Anyway, ProBuds tire paste. We're gonna make a lot more videos. Have any more questions or want anything done? Put it in the comments below. And I'll cover anything we want to cover. I'll go find somebody that has a 50 or a 60 or a 80 or a Super Mini. Whatever you want to do. This is a 450 front tire. I've got a 450 rear tire and a 125 rear tire. We'll do those later. Have a great day.